Jammers, welcome to TriadMusicStudio.com. I'm Gene. Today I'm going to go over the chords for the key of G flat major. First of all, if you look on the staff, the key signature on the staff, you will see 6 flat symbols which will represent the key of G flat. It also represents the key of E flat minor, the relative minor for G flat. They share the same key signature. Now there are 30 keys, 15 major, 15 minor, and of course again today we're doing one of those, the key of G flat major. There's 7 chords in every key. However, I'm going to say that there's 9 chords in every key. I'm going to add 2 relative major chords to every key that I do, including this one today, which we'll talk more about in a moment. The chord names come from the note names that are in the major scale of that key. So whatever key you're trying to find, you must go to that key's major scale. You want the chords for the key A, you've got to go to the A major scale. If you want the chords for the key of B flat, you've got to go to the B flat major scale. So we're going to the G flat major scale because we're doing the key of G flat. And we play the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, the major scale. We can also add value or scale degree to that, so we'll put numbers instead of do, re, mi. We say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1. Again, 8's the same as 1. And the note names in the G flat major scale are G flat, A flat, B flat, B, D flat, E flat, F, and G flat. The chords will be major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and major. And that gives us these chords. Now they're out of order. They're not actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're 1, 4, 5, 6, M, 2, M, 3, M. I like to say M for minor. So the chords are G flat, B, D flat, major, and this third one, a lot of people say it should be a dominant chord, which means it should be a D flat 7. Yeah, right, but I give it as a major. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving 3 majors and 3 minors because each major has a relative minor and each minor has a relative major. I'm the marriage of chords. That's how I'm going about this. And then there's down here, well, there's E flat minor, A flat minor, B flat minor, and F diminished, and the 2 relative majors of A and E, which we'll talk about in a bit. You can find this on our website, TriadMusicStudio.com, or Guitar Lessons, FastFunandEasy.com. All free. So you can go, there'll be a page that has that very page that I showed you, so if you need to see it. And so those notes gives us those chords, and what I like to play them in that exact order now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what I think is so cool here is when you play this, you hear the major scale being played with chords. G flat, A flat minor, B flat minor, B, D flat, E flat minor, F diminished, and G flat. So cool, listen. The major scale of chords. So the notes in the major scale are like building blocks that we put together to build the house, the key, the house of G flat major. These chords do not need to be played in the exact positions or forms that are shown on this page. They can be played anywhere in the neck in multiple different places in different forms. So instead of a G flat here, maybe you'd rather have a G flat here. Or maybe you'd rather have it here. Different forms. There was E form, there's D form, and here's A form, etc. for any one of these chords. You play them wherever you hear that that's the one you're trying to find, or the sound you're trying to produce. Now next, those two relative majors that are in this key, the A and the E. They too can be played any form, any place at all in the neck that you need. And the way we find the two relative majors for every single key is you always go to that key center. The key center is whatever key you're in. We're in the key of G flat, so the key center is G flat. If you're in the key of A, the key center would be A. If you were in the key of B flat, the key center would be B flat. So we are in the key of G flat, and then we go 3 up and 2 down. That's how you find them, always from the key center. Remember, this is up, that's down. So there's the key center, that's 0, and I go 1, 2, 3, and that takes me to A. Or you can simply go 0, 1, 2, 3, and there's A. However you want to move to get there. You count that as 0 because you didn't move yet. Now we go back to the key center again, which is G flat, we go 2 down, 1, 2, which takes us to E, or you go 0, 1, 2. And again, it takes you to E. And that's how you find the two relative majors. I put those in because I've discovered over the years that often the pros, in some of their songs, they use one or both of these relative majors. Not always, sometimes they don't use any, but if you're ever wondering, hey, those chords aren't in this key, they're there because they're relative majors, that's why. So it's still okay, we're still in key, everything's still working fine. Now, to close out the lesson, I like to talk about variations of these very chords, alternate chords or variations of them. So in other words, you might find that the song has many different G flats, a G flat major, G flat minor, G flat this, G flat that, and then different Bs, a B suspended, and B minor 7, and a B minor, and a D flat major 7, and a D flat this and that, and etc. for these. The song might have an E flat minor, but it also might have an E flat major in it, and whatever, any of these chords can be changed. It's kind of like shades of color. We're going to turn them into different shade and voicings. I'm going to use an A as an example, even though it's not in this key. I'm just as an example. You know, shades of color, like we have multiple shades of blue. There's dark blue, light blue, sky blue, this blue, that blue. Different shades of green, dark green, grass green, light green, this green, that green. And that's what we're going to do with these chords. So I'll take an A, and maybe I'll move this note up 1 fret, and it changes to an A suspended 4, because it changes the sound, the voicing of that chord, so we change its name. Maybe we move it down 1 note to an A minor. Maybe we move it down 2 notes to an A suspended 2. Maybe we turn it into an A7 or an A major 7 or an A this or that. It's just variations of those very chords. And so if you wonder, well, why are they there? That's what they're doing with them. They're just changing some of those chords up a little. You're still in key, everything is still fine. Okay, that takes care of this lesson. Please check out the website, tribemusicstudio.com, and subscribe. We want and need you guys. Thank you for all the support, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, you know, have fun. This is all about fun, and try to be creative. That's the best part of this, making up your own music, being creative. Thanks again, and hey, as always, jam on.